This is meteorologist Mark Molnar, your host for the weather show Weather Northeastern. Looking very warm and a mixture of wintry across our north country. But before we get into that, Derek Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, sending in some very beautiful photos here of the weekend before Thanksgiving. This takes us back to about that third weekend of November here. Take a look. This was the tail across the Northeast. As you know from this past Tuesday, last Tuesday, I showed you videos and photos from MeteoMark's Weather Northeastern weather studio of 20 inches of snow. Now, deep down into the southern Pennsylvania here, Lebanon County, Derek was able to capture a snow as well, albeit not as 20 inches, but was able to accumulate. And as you can see, the day of and the day before, it was pretty much in the 60s. And look how that temperatures fell. And it was very surprising to most people because the ground temperatures, given the heavy snow and the nature of the heavy snow, it was actually able to accumulate despite it being so warm the day before. So nice captures here. Derek Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania even had a very, very long video here as well of a snapshot of that weather event. So thank you, Derek. Getting right into the forecast, take a look at the problematic areas across the country. You can see here Pacific Northwest continues to be a problem. Unfortunately, not much rain down to the southwest here. Here across the central portion and towards the Great Lakes and Northeast, that's where we get into problems as well. So we're going to be watching for the prospects here. Look at this, even parts of the Northeast, 2 to 3 inches of rain, especially eastern New England. Let's get right into that pattern. Of course, you got that really big trough that's going to really be digging out west here. And of course, that's going to push a ridge here into the east, and all those systems are going to move out ahead of it. That's where we get the battleground here. Southeastern Ontario into Quebec, that's where we're going to see the heavy snow. But south of that, we're going to see record warmth in the mid-Atlantic as well. Let's get right into that forecast, that all-important weather outlook for snowfall amounts. Look at that from Ottawa all the way just north of Toronto, extending eastward towards Quebec City and northward, even clipping northern Maine here. We could see a good solid as much as 7 to 12 inches likely over the next 48, 72, even 96 hours. So watch for that. It's going to be a different world south of the St. Lawrence Valley where temperatures really get into the 50s and even some 60s here in parts of the Mid-Atlantic. Starting off with the midpoint of your week, Wednesday, look at this. Looking across the Northeast here, looking at another rainy day, very snowy day up in the North Country here, continuing with that several inches of heavy wet snow accumulation here from Presque Isle all the way westward towards Quebec City and Ottawa and just north of Toronto here. Take a look at the temperatures we'll be looking at here across the Mid-Atlantic. 50s and even some 60s. Into your Thursday, we start to progress that cold front towards the east here, so we'll start to push some cooler air into the region. Nevertheless, we'll still have some of those residual showers. It's even some snow continuing up here into the North Country, heading on into your TGIF. Friday, take a look at this. System starting to move out, move into the Canadian Maritimes. We have some residual lake effect maybe, but not anything majorly organized. Across the Northeast, temperatures continue to cool down, but it's very seasonable for this time of year, so this is nothing out of the ordinary into Saturday. Things really start to clear out. High pressure starts to build in. We start to get maybe some clearing here towards portions of Ohio in the Allegheny River Valley. In 10 seconds, I'll have a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Scranton, Upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York and Northeast Pennsylvania. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, Twitter at WX Northeastern, Google Plus at MeteoMark, weather websites, MeteoMark.com and WeatherNortheastern.com. Take a look at the extended outlook here, Wednesday, all the way through your Saturday and Sunday here. Look at this, Wednesday, not looking too bad. Rain anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, but look at that, temperatures heading up towards the upper 50s, near 60 into your Thursday. Cools down a little bit into Friday. We start to clear out the precipitation just in time for the weekend, but it does get cooler and a little bit windier. That's going to do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern.